Peace. Ali coming at you on behalf of SLEMyers.com and also our online metaphysical store, L9shop.com. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a few tips, a few techniques on how to determine your karmic allowance. Alright, so in several videos, I reference something what I call karmic allowance, which is how much karma are you allowed in any given lifetime. So I wanted to make this video to give you a few tips on how to determine that. The first couple tips deal with astrology. If you're not familiar with astrology, you want to have some sort of baseline knowledge of it, meaning you just want to be able to know where the planets are in your chart, where the houses are, etc., etc. So go to any trusted astrology website where you can get your full birth chart. You can either do Jyotish or Vedic astrology, or you can do tropical or Western astrology. Me personally, I like Vedic astrology, but that's my personal preference. If you want to rock with the Vedic astrology, you can go to astroved.com. That's where I do all my charts, my free charts for astrology. So first thing you want to do is get your full birth chart in astrology. Next, after you get your full birth chart, you want to look at where the planet Saturn is. Where the planet Saturn is in your chart. Saturn is going to be in a particular house. Whatever house that is, it's going to denote where you may have some sort of challenges or some sort of lessons concerning that particular house. So say that you have Saturn in the second house, then you may have a hard time accumulating money, saving money, or have jobs where it affords you the opportunity to put money back, which second house deals with money earned. So you look at where Saturn is, look at where the house is in, and then you want to see what is the nature of that house. If you don't know anything about astrology, you may have to Google what does the third house mean? What does the fourth house mean? You can also go to Astrology KRS on YouTube, Astrology KRS, and you can put in Saturn in the fifth house, Saturn in the sixth house, and that's going to tell you where you may have a little trouble capitalizing or maximizing in that particular house. So the first tip is see where Saturn is and find out what house is in, and then see what the nature of that house and see what challenges you may have concerning that. All right, the second tip, and this also relates to astrology, is you want to find the planet Jupiter in your birth chart. So find the planet Jupiter in your birth chart, and similar to finding Saturn, you want to see what house is in, and that's going to determine how much potential you have in that particular house. Jupiter deals with expansion. It gives. It deals with excess. So say you had Jupiter in a second house like before, then you will have an easier time saving money. Throughout your life, you may have jobs or had income where you were able to put money back and you were able to save more money than normal people. So Jupiter is going to show you kind of like the excess where you don't have to work so hard, you just have it. And that's when we're talking about karmic allowance. You want to see how much karma you have. You know what I mean? How much can I really get it popping? That's what Jupiter is going to show you. So once again, Saturn is going to show you the lessons and things that may be restricted. Jupiter is going to show you the blessing and things that's going to be expanded. So Saturn, Jupiter, that's the first tips when dealing with karmic allowance, and this relates to astrology. Okay, my final tip when dealing with karmic allowance is you don't have to know astrology, you don't have to know numerology, you don't have to know anything, but you have to put in effort. So we basically have multiple areas of life. We have relationship, we have finances, we have career, we have health, we have personal development, we have spirituality, and you can put relationships, family. So depending on what you're looking at, you can say there's 7 areas of life or 10 areas of life. But essentially, look at the different areas of your life. Simple. Now, the way to determine how much karma that you're allowed in that particular area is you have to put in effort. What do I mean? Say you're in a relationship. Now, have you done everything that you can possibly do in order to make that relationship work? If you have an ideal of how your relationship needs to be or how you want it to be, and you've put effort in towards that, then Your karmic allowance is telling you if you're able to achieve that relationship, do you have karma that's allowing you to achieve that relationship? But if you have problems, it seems like you keep dealing with resistance. It seems like the partner is not helping you out. All these things, and you're putting in maximum effort, but it's still not getting to where you want to get to, then that lets you know that you don't have enough karma that is producing a harmonious relationship. Now let's fast forward and say that you have had this kind of relationship, this type of relationship like 5 or 6 times. Let's use an example. Say you attract men that abuse you. And it seems like time and time again, you are attracting men that abuse you. You're doing what you can do, you're putting in maximum effort, but yet at the end of the day, you're still getting slapped up and stuff. You know, and I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just, making a point. Then that lets you know that your karma is not, I don't want to say conducive for a harmonious relationship, but you may be a kind of person that may be better off by yourself, or maybe finding a different type of person. Say that you're attracted to like a thuggy type dude, then you may want to dial it down, probably get someone who is more nerdy or more intellectual. So when you put in maximum effort in any area of your life, it's going to determine how much you're going to get or how much is going to be restricted. So you don't need to know astrology, but you have to put in effort. Now, if you're 30, 40 years old or 50 or older, then you can kind of go back and look at the different times of your life. If you're dealing with finances, you can go back and look at your different jobs. How much effort did you put in? How easy was it? Did you get promoted? As long as you're putting in effort, that's going to determine how much karmic allowance. Now, if you're not trying, and you think things are just gonna pop for you, which they can, then that lets you know you got great karma in that. But for the most part, you have to put in effort to know how much karma you have. So I wanted to put this out there because, like I said, I got a lot of people asking me about how to determine your karmic allowance. I gave you one dealing with astrology, and I gave you another tip dealing with just maximum effort. So if you want to find out more information about myself and what we do, make sure to visit my main website, slemyers.com. If you're in need of metaphysical tools, supplies, altar, ritual, magic, natural healing products, and all that good stuff, be sure to visit our online metaphysical store, l9shop.com. That's el9shop.com. So until next time, this has been Ali. Peace.